All right, what's up? So I want to kind of talk about some things that I've been thinking about lately, and these thoughts have been kind of coming up simply because I've been talking to a lot of people that I work with, and just to give you a little bit of a backstory, um, I'm working at a sales job at the moment, but I'm constantly bumping into people that have told me the same story over and over again. There's a couple of people with like their master's degree. There's a couple of people actually much more educated than I am, but we're still getting the same check. We're still getting the same amount of money in our bank account. So the biggest difference is that they're up to the hills in debt with student loans, and that's something that I don't necessarily have to worry about. And this is probably some unconventional advice that you're not really gonna hear come from a lot of people like your superiors or like your parents or anybody from school. But you don't necessarily need to go to school to learn marketable skills. And what I mean by that is, if you've been around like the self-development space for a while, you've heard of the learn while you earn strategy. Like the learn while you earn strategy is basically where you keep on doing work for somebody and you keep on earning money while you're still learning that skill. Now, most of these marketable skills usually are based off of you being able to generate money for a business. And while this may not be your passion, this is going to be something very, very vital for your future success. The biggest piece of advice that I can give you is to not wait until you find somebody and actually get their attention through cold messaging or cold calling, but actually start practicing it with yourself. This is basically how this YouTube channel was created. I created this YouTube channel because I knew that in the future, if I want to start any sort of business, I'm gonna have to be able to proficiently be able to communicate a lot of the ideas that I have with either my other peers or with my customers. So start writing down every single skill. Now this can vary, and this can be like I'm always saying, you have to tailor this information to your own vision. So to a lot of people, these skills might include like copywriting, video editing, or simply public speaking, but just make sure you start taking action as soon as possible, because 1 ounce of action is worth a ton in theory. You can read up as much as you want, like on those skills. You can read up as much as you want in sales, but I can personally tell you that I've learned much, much more, like within the couple of months that I started working in sales and actually physically cold calling people and prospects, than I have for years reading up on sales. And what I noticed is that as soon as I actually started making cold calls, a lot of that information just went out the window. Like I wasn't able to apply it because you're just so shell shocked when you're in that situation that you don't have time to actually think of a response. So I'm kind of going everywhere with this message at the moment, but basically the one key concept that I want you guys to focus on is to write down the skills that you need to be able to make yourself successful in the future, and start applying it to whatever you can, like whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's editing content for other people. Start editing content for people even without them having to pay you necessarily. And you're gonna see that you're gonna advance a lot more and a lot faster than those waiting for their circumstances to align with their goals. And this is basically something that I wish somebody would have told me sooner, and I hope it helps you out. Thank you for watching this far.